gon' fuck around drown. Hop this way, too hard, don't stand too cold, you gon' fuck around drown. Hop this way, doing having shows, I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Doing having shows, I've been on the road, I don't care where I go.
Ever since that Rubin party, that ain't my boy no more. They got him. That's what 50 Cent had to say after a wild clip started making the rounds online of Lil Baby flexing his brand new thigh tattoos, rocking a tank top and a pink belt. The internet wasted no time roasting him, saying stuff like getting your very first ink on your thighs, with 0 tats on your upper body, is some crazy work. And trust, the comments were brutal.
The picture came out, I literally made Mike Rubin go to his security camera in his house, go to the footage and get the whole time, but I just never, I ain't even gonna post it on the internet. I'm just like, you feel me? Like, yeah, I ain't even trying to make it into this and make it into that. Like, man, just keep on going, because that's kind of like how I be doing. But some like all that type of shit, that really bothers me.
But 50 Cent's got his own theory on Baby's switch-up. He swears Baby hasn't been the same since that Michael Rubin party out in the Hamptons, the one where he got hugged from behind in that now infamous moment. According to 50, this ain't just about outfits or some random tattoos. He's calling it a straight-up humiliation ritual that certain rappers gotta go through to keep their fame and stay sitting at the top. But that raises the real questions. What really went down at that all-white party? Who exactly is Michael Rubin? And why is he always surrounding himself with young rappers? First, let's break down why Lil Baby's got social media buzzing again. And not in a good way. The man just dropped fresh ink, and it wouldn't even be news if it wasn't for the fact that his very first tattoos landed right on his thighs. See, Baby used to say in interviews that he'd never get tatted up. Fast forward to 2025, and he's now got 90s Baby blasted across both thighs. He even hit IG with new pics captioned, "Back in that mode," rockin' shorts so the world could get a clear look at the ink. On top of that, he's sporting a big CBFW tattoo running down the side of his lower left leg, first seen in a July 4th post.
Absolutely one of the best human beings in the planet. Anything, he's just such a great human being, and like I love his work ethic, and also like when you hear his story, and I don't know anything about music, so when I met him the first time with Drake in the Bahamas in 2020, and he's telling me a story about, he was in jail a couple years earlier, he never rapped, and now he's got this great, kind of music career. Like, you just want to root for the guy. And I'll tell you something, I've never actually said this before. The stuff of the drunk was the most ridiculous thing in the world, right? We're at a party, everyone's drunk. It's a 13-hour party. People drink a lot of alcohol. Someone captures a picture of me jumping on his back for 1 second and then says, "Oh, there's something suspect about it." It's drunken guys. By the way, before cameras, we've all done it. Like, let's keep it real. By the way, you love WWE. You've done it more than anybody.
He's rolled around with people in their skivvies.
Right? Yeah, exactly. By the way, I haven't gone there. But the thing that actually killed me about that is it actually hurt his career. Last year, and I felt like I've always wanted to help people make.
He's on a good build back.
He's
right
crushing
now.
now.
He's crushing.
And
He's
I was just
on a
with
good
him
build
with
back.
Trav and him in London. But it actually, the thing is, he's such an extraordinary human being, and he's such a special person. And if you think about, people who just want to hate on social media, who one picture of, a bunch of drunken people could be turned into something that it wasn't.
Fans didn't hold back, dropping comments like, "Humiliation ritual. I'm sorry. You let them get to you." And, "The industry got a hold on my boy. Lay off them shorts." But it didn't stop there. A video then went viral of Lil Baby performing in those same shorts, tank top, and pink belt, pulling them up mid-performance just to make sure everyone saw those fresh thigh tats. If you peep the comments under that viral clip, people are saying 50 Cent was right the whole time. They swear Lil Baby hasn't been the same since that all-white bash at Michael Rubin's spot. One person dropped, "Michael Rubin already showed y'all that Lil Baby was his boy. Why y'all acting like this is a surprise?" Another went in even harder, saying, "Bunny hops and hugs from the back from a white little guy that has money? Okay, this generation lost." The real question now, what really went down that night? And why was 50 warning Baby about being too close to Mike Rubin? Here's the backstory. This was summer 2023, when Michael Rubin hosted his exclusive white party in the Hamptons. The guest list was stacked. Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian, and yes, Lil Baby himself. But then came the shot that broke the internet. Lil Baby in what folks called a hug sandwich with Rubin and Kyle Kuzma. 50 Cent even reposted it on his Instagram, writing, "See, this is why I don't go to no party puffy and them at... The F is going on here." He doubled down with, "Get the F off of my young man." Then another photo went viral. Rubin hugging Baby from behind. And it didn't stop there. Baby later posted a video of himself on a private jet with Rubin, laughing and joking about the pics. That's when 50 chimed in again, saying this is exactly why you never catch him at those kinds of parties.
Like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was gonna be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future.
Some thought he was trolling, but others swear these industry events give off secret initiation vibes, like some strange test new rappers gotta pass to level up in the game. Apparently, the jokes hit Baby hard, because on Lil Yachty's podcast, he admitted those memes bothered him so much, he even asked Rubin for the party's security footage to prove nothing shady went down. But here's the twist. Baby never actually posted the full footage. Still, he wasn't mad at Rubin at all. In fact, he called Rubin a super great influence in his life. Though when pressed, he admitted he couldn't exactly explain how Rubin influenced him. Now, when it comes to Michael Rubin, he actually addressed those viral Lil Baby pics in an interview last year, and he called the whole thing ridiculous. According to Rubin, nothing weird happened. Just a little too much to drink, and that was it. But the way he kept going on and on about Baby, it almost sounded like the man had a crush. Still, plenty of folks aren't buying his explanation. They say something feels off about the way Rubin attaches himself to young rappers, especially since he's not even in the music game. And it's not just Lil Baby. Remember that clip of Meek Mill bunny hopping on a tennis court for Rubin? Meek later brushed it off, saying it was just him paying up on a lost bet after a tennis match. But let's be real. Seeing a white billionaire telling a black man to hop like a bunny while giving commands? The optics look all kinds of wrong. So, who exactly is Michael Rubin, and why does he keep orbiting around these rap stars? According to his Wikipedia page, Rubin was born in 1972 in Philadelphia, raised in a Jewish family in Lafayette Hill. By 14, he had his own ski shop, opened using his bar mitzvah money and his dad's lease. He enrolled at Villanova, but dropped out after one semester, flipping a $200,000 overstock deal into a massive payday. Using those profits, he expanded, sold his stores, and launched KPR Sports, which hit $50 million in sales by 1995. From there, he built GSI Commerce, a multi-billion-dollar e-commerce beast. And now, he's the boss at Fanatics Inc., the licensed sportswear giant for the NBA, NFL, MLB, NASCAR, Formula One, and WWE. Forbes says as of mid-2025, Rubin's worth sits at a jaw-dropping $10.6 billion. Sounds like a self-made genius from a middle-class start, right? But here's where it gets shady. A lot of insiders whisper that Rubin's real power comes from who he knows, not just his business moves. And if you really watch him, his energy feels flat, his words lack spark, and those eyes, some swear they look straight up soulless. Honestly, there's just something strange and low-key creepy about Michael Rubin's whole vibe. It still doesn't add up why so many rappers and athletes seem eager to be in his circle. Here's a wild detail about Rubin's famous all-white party. That concept didn't even start with him. The whole white party trend was made huge by Diddy back in the late 90s. Back then, Diddy's Hamptons white parties were the ultimate celebrity invite, and a lot of the same stars from those days now pop up at Rubin's gatherings. Leonardo DiCaprio? In 1997, he was at Diddy's white party in the Hamptons. And last year, there he was at Rubin's. Same with Jay-Z. In 2003, he was with the late Andre Harrell at Diddy's event. And now Jay and Beyoncé are pulling up to Rubin's version. So now people are whispering that Rubin basically slid into Diddy's old lane, and maybe even run some kind of behind-the-scenes leverage game with these parties. There's also talk that Rubin and a few other older billionaires get a kick out of making young black rappers go through embarrassing rituals. And while no one's saying it's forced, a lot of rappers seem to go along with it. Some do it for career boosts, chasing number one albums, award wins, and bigger deals. Others, they might need help with a legal case, and Rubin's connections are useful. But here's the darkest part. Fans are now tying all this to what Cat Williams once said about these secret industry events. On Joe Rogan's podcast, Cat claimed these parties can involve bizarre rituals and hinted that there's a lot happening behind closed doors that the public never sees. If you're feeling this breakdown, smash that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next drop. See you in the next one.